Motorhead Garage, presented by Dragonfire Tools.com, industrial workbenches with integrated tool storage. And brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. Detail Guards, your #1 car care source for detailing supplies. And by Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977.
All brake pads are not the same, so let's find out which one's right for you. Welcome to this AMSOIL Tech Tip about the brake pads. Well, first of all, let's go back to the basics. We want a high coefficient of friction. That's what you want. What does that mean? Well, I can demonstrate it right here for you. This ice on the table, well, you push it right across. It's really smooth and it'll slide right off the table. Now, the sandpaper, on the other hand, man, that doesn't move at all. That has a high coefficient of friction. You want a high coefficient of friction between your brake pad and the rotor. Now, how do you achieve that? Well, it depends on the brake pad itself. You know, there's all different types of brake pads. There's organic brake pads, very soft, not a lot of metallic in it, wears out quickly. Then you have a semi-metallic brake pad, which has a metal on it. Basically, most vehicles use them right now. Good stopping power, but may squeal a bit. And then we step it up to the ceramic brake pads. Those are really nice. Good heat dissipation, and the dust on your rims is usually white in color, stops really, really well. But with the ceramic brake pads come a braking procedure. Now, to do that, you want to make sure you're distributing the actual layer of pad around that rotor evenly, so you do 20 slowdowns from 50 to 20 miles an hour, no panic stops, and never come to complete stop and let those pads sit on there. So really, to sum it up, just keep doing some stops and then drive, let it cool down, and then you'll have a top-notch brake job, right, Len?
Well, wait a minute, John. Don't we want to keep things clean?
Well, absolutely. That's a big part of the brake job. Now, when you're doing it, you don't want that grease to go around there, and you'll put a whole layer of that around, and you'll mess up this whole braking procedure. Len, what does AMSOIL have to help us out during this brake job?
Well, in this case, we've got our brake parts cleaner. So this stuff does a number of things well. Super high pressure can that's going to help blow all that dirt out of there. It's got a real good solvent in it that's going to cut that dirt. And it also dries really quickly.
Yeah, make sure you use it during the whole brake job so your brakes will be in tip-top shape. You know, I have a whole case of it at my house. You can too. Just go to the website and check them out at AMSOIL.com.
For our PaintedAutoParts.com Motorhead of the Week, the love affair with cars started when he was just a little boy. And we're not talking about just Hot Wheels cars. When he was 5 years old, Luis Planas learned to rebuild Volkswagen carburetors. And he says the learning process has never stopped. He's been doing it professionally for 50 years. And back in 2012, Luis started Creative Street Designs. And he concentrates almost exclusively on LS-powered vehicles. The company motto, I love this, it says, "We do not believe in trailer queens." And that's evident when you see Luis's personal ride, a 2005 Avalanche that he calls Jinx. He bought it bone stock just 2 years ago, and since then, he's transformed it into a stone-cold sleeper. Check this out. Well, first of all, the list of mods is way too long, but suffice to say, it's a full race setup from stem to stern, 750 horsepower on pump gas. Even after a shop fire last year, Luis keeps turning out some great builds, and all of that makes Luis Planas the PaintedAutoParts.com Motorhead of the Week. Now, Luis sent us a note on MotorheadGarage.tv. You can do the same. Tell us why you or someone you know should be our Motorhead of the Week. We're going to do it again next week. We've got more great products for your vehicle coming down the pike right here at Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com, and you don't want to miss it. So long.